This is Tina back in for another video. I just wanted to thank my new subscribers. I do appreciate that, and or if you just decided to click on this video, I appreciate that as well. I wanted to talk about a case today. This case is really crazy. I just came across it and I was surprised myself. So this particular case is about a woman. Her name is China Arnold. And what happened was China Arnold, she killed her own child. So she had four children, but she killed the youngest one that was only 28 days old. So apparently, from what I've read and heard, is that China and her boyfriend were staying in these apartments in Dayton, Ohio, and they had been drinking for the course of the day. I'm not sure if this is true or not, or if this is speculation because I don't see this in the court documents about that part. But I did read another article about them saying that she had been intoxicated. So in any event, what happened was her and her boyfriend Ture got into a fight. Ture Talley, and supposedly they got into an argument of the paternity of the child, Paris Talley, which is obviously would be Terrell's baby girl. So her name was Paris Talley, 28 days old. So they got into an argument, and I'm not sure where the father went, but when he was gone, he uh, he came back and he said he thought the child was sleeping and that China was sleeping, so he just went to sleep and didn't think anything about it. Woke up the next day and they found that Paris had passed away. So once they found out that she passed away, they called the police and they got the authorities involved, and it was proven that the child had been burnt. And what eventually was determined was that the child was put into the microwave and was put into the microwave for approximately 2 minutes. And that when the microwave hit around 107 to 108 degrees is when the baby possibly died. It's said that China was angry with her ex, or with not her ex, with her boyfriend, about the paternity of the child, and so she committed that act. And apparently, from what things say, maybe she was intoxicated, though that's not an excuse at all for any type of abuse or this is like the word, like, oh my gosh. So it also said that she took away, China, this is what I read. Again, it said that China, she just went into another room so that she wouldn't hear the baby screaming. And so I just can't imagine. Oh my gosh, there's so many people out there in the world that want to have children, and then these people have children, and this is what they do to them. Like, oh gosh, it is so infuriating. Like, oh, it drives me nuts. So I imagine that it is hard for the entire family of China's family. In any event, also, China tried to appeal at least 3 times. At one point, she did get her conviction overturned, and then she ended up being tried again. Then they tried to appeal again, and she ended up being, in the end, she ended up being convicted of murder. So regardless of whether she was intoxicated or not, was not the point. There may be an issue of mental illness here. We don't know because, any person that decides that they're going to put their child in the microwave when they're drinking or not drinking, any rational thinking person doesn't do that unless they intend on murdering the child. So later on, it said that China had developed a relationship with a woman called Linda Williams, and she had confessed to her that she purposely put the baby in the microwave to get back at her ex. At least that's what Linda Williams says, and this article says. Also, she did confess in the very beginning that she did this, but then when asked later on, she acted as if she didn't know what was going on. So it makes you wonder, like, is she really there, or is she really mentally ill? I mean, it seems like pure intent to kill your child when you put your child in the microwave. So she's lucky that she escaped the death penalty here. This happened in Dayton, Ohio. The courts have a lot harder time convicting, especially a mother. She has three other children of death. So she has been sentenced to life in prison. The point here also is so that people know, if you have a baby or that if you're overwhelmed, or just take the baby to a fire station. There are places that you can take your children, take it to a hospital, whatever it is, just don't hurt them or do anything to them. Let them live. There are so many people out there that are willing to help and take care of your babies. So if you're frustrated, just reach out to someone rather than do, heinous acts like this. This is pretty bad. In the cases that I've covered about some of the children, they've all been bad, but obviously the baby died really fast. Is from what the coroner report said, is that once it hit 107 to 108 degrees, as I said, the baby likely passed away. And then they didn't discover the baby until the very next day when they both woke up. And then again, China acted as if she didn't know what happened. Later on, we do find out that she did. So there was also one more appeal that was made because the lawyer was trying to argue that China's problems or court appeals and being tried over and over again over this case falls under double jeopardy. But the Second District Court of Appeals decided to just go for resentencing, and by May 14th, they decided that they wouldn't take up the appeal as well. So China now sits in prison. She should be in there for the rest of her life unless she files another appeal for whatever reason, or if something like that happens. I will definitely keep you updated. But I just thought this was a very interesting story. So please, if you can, just like or subscribe to my channel. If you just want to watch, that's okay too. Like, I'm happy with that. Just the fact that you're spending a little bit of time of your day with me really means a lot. I do like to interact with you guys. So if you want to leave messages down below, that's great. I will respond to you. You can also follow me at Tina Torbo on Facebook. I'm really not active on Instagram or Twitter or anything like that. I do have a website for Bob. It's Bob_Akinz, Akinz. If you want to follow him, but that's just for fun and entertainment, watching Bob being silly. He's a silly cat. But in any event, this is a really true story. It's really hits you hard when you think about this poor little child, Paris, that suffered. She only got to live out 28 days of her little life, and that's the way she died. So it's really sad. In any event, guys, please take care of yourselves out there. Stay safe and reach out for help if you need it. I'm here. Also, you can check the links down below. I'll make sure I'll leave any links needed for the information from this case, or if people are suffering from any type of situation where they may need to, I think it's better to just drop off your child if you're feeling like you're gonna hurt the child. Outside, I'm not the person on the inside, so I'm not gonna sit here and try to speculate what was going through China's mind, because my mind doesn't work like her mind does. So that's just pure speculation on my part if I was to say anything about how she feels about it. So if you've spent any time of your day with me, I do appreciate it. And I will see you soon in the next video. Until then, please stay safe out there, okay?